Hey folks, Jossaway here. Welcome back to Blueprints. It's later in the day after the previous stream. So, I set out previous stream to try to be more accepting of what the game was going to give me, and then I fell into the same trap of trying to achieve an objective. And predictably, things did not go the way I wanted, and I got frustrated again. I feel like there's so much good in this game, and it does bother me. It does bother me a lot how much the RNG ruins my attempts to play it. But I feel like there's enough good in the game to make it worth the effort to try to be more serene, to be more accepting, to just do runs and learn new things and try to get better at understanding what the game is trying to give me, and to just let things be. So we're gonna try again, and we're gonna try not to get too frustrated. So let's get into day 19, shall we? I do have one idea, which is one of the problems I've been running into is getting blocked later in the run, right? So I think this time around, what I'm going to try to do is try to manipulate the draw pool to whatever extent I can by building as many dead ends early as I can, and hope that that makes it more likely later on for me to acquire rooms that don't block my progress. So we're going to try and build as many dead ends early as we can, and hope that the game rewards that. Let's see what we're going to build at the outer room today. I think there's one room we haven't seen yet. No, we've seen them all. All right, well, let's figure out what we want to do. All right, so Schoolhouse adds 8 classrooms to today's draft pool. We've only seen one. I don't know what these look like, but let's go ahead and do this. And then I don't think I want to go inside. I can't remember if there was an item in here or not. Do I want to burn 2 steps to go inside and look for an item? I guess it's an ordinary room, so there can be an item. Can't remember if we have ever found one. I think we've only built this once. So I don't remember if we found anything aside from these documents the first time we came in here. Doesn't look like it. And we already turned that gas on. All right, so we just burned a step for no good reason, but whatever. It's fine. We're gonna try and just, you know what? We don't have any objective this run. We're not trying to do anything. We're just trying to see what the game gives us, right? So if we run out of steps early, that's fine. We can try to improve. We can try to get better, but in the end, it's up to what the game gives us. All right. All right, so let's get rid of storerooms early, or let's get rid of dead ends early, right? This will probably block us out of this square, but that's fine. We'll grab a coin, key, some gems. I don't think there will be anything worth spending our key on. Although now that we have in the code check the lockpick, maybe. All right, let's see what the game is giving us here. Is it going to be gems, coins? What's it going to be? Some more gems. Okay. You know what? 1 key for 4 gems is not a bad trade. Okay. Parlor gives us more gems, which we don't need. Bedroom gives us an exit. Library lets us discover less common floor plans. None of these is a dead end. We've already got 6 gems, so we don't really need the parlor. Let's go library and maybe get something unusual. Oh, what is this? Oh, the history of Arindia. Okay. Oh, a lot of people came after this book. So on February 9th of 81, Uncle Herbert cracked it out. That was what, 12 years ago? January 6th of 84 was Mary Jones, and then in 87, I guess this must be when our mother disappeared. Detective Bon Margle. Interesting. All right, The History of Orindia, 2nd edition by Caleb Manning from the Ruffington Red Publishing Company in 1979. This guy later was accused of being involved in treason and a bombing. This book was reviewed and cleared for publication by the Fen Area Central Board of Education. It has been edited to conform to our department's standards, including the omission of sections deemed inaccurate or unsuitable for public dissemination. Wow. Okay. Well, a lot of stuff has been redacted in the forward here. Now I kind of wish I had the magnifying glass. The name used to designate the realms of the Eastern Waters is no longer known to the average citizen of the elder generation. We must permit our leaders to enjoin us to abandon something our past. Wow. All right. All right. Looks like some of this is going to be readable. Okay. Chapter 1, Ajera. Most historians mark the beginning of the First Era, often noted as Ajera, by the ascension of the first king something, whose name Horus would later grace the burgeoning township in which he was crowned. Horus was known, before his coronation, as a prominent merchant lord of considerable means and affluence, whose sway in the region made him the ideal candidate for the unification of the surrounding provinces. Regrettably, history is not always forthcoming, and the surviving records of those bygone days are mostly limited to trade agreements and sales receipts. Nevertheless, we can deduce from these ledgers that Horus had but one aim: expansion. The territory spread forth from the heart of Horus, and by the end of the 1st century, and we can't read the rest of this, a new kingdom was born. So the important piece of information here is that we don't know something about the first king. The first king emperor, the first king merchant, the first king of the country. And then Ajera is the first era. Huh. Okay. Second era. It was the 4th king, someone, who split this vast domain in 3 equal shares, 3 realms for his 3 children. To the eldest, he granted the fields and mountains of his great-grandfather, the middle province and heartspring of the kingdom. The eldest accepted the gift, something something. To the youngest, he bestowed upon him the realm of Arch Ares, the land of the northern storms. A wild and untamed expanse which at the time was not as developed but a good deal more vast than the elder brother's lot. And to his middle child, his only daughter, he gifted her the southern region of Eraja. Something something, a land steeped in tradition. Boy, the redactions here are pretty significant. All right, so the north was Arch Ares, the south is Eraja. We've seen that before, Eraja somewhere, and Ajera. All right, 3rd era. As the 2nd era drew to a close, the 3 sovereign realms had achieved a period of remarkable progress and prosperity. Each of these distinct regions, ruled by their respective sibling monarchs, had blossomed, cultivating the bountiful resources of their lands and developing a unique character and culture that set them apart from one another. Despite those differences, the sibling monarchs managed to maintain friendly relations throughout their lives and were known for their cooperation in matters of trade and transportation. The succeeding generations of their heirs continued that tradition, and the 3rd era was defined by a bunch of redaction. We've seen over on the right on the little mini-map, we've seen those symbols before. The hourglass, the mountains. So the mountains are Arch Ares. The hourglass is Eraja. And then I can't tell if the middle symbol is blacked out or if it's like a kind of a dog tag with notches kind of a symbol. Commerce between the 3 realms further strengthened their bond, laying the foundation for the promise of a prosperous and bright future. Boy, oh, hello. Somebody tucked a note in here. Detective Bon Margol from the Red Guard. Okay. Baron Sinclair, thank you so much for your cooperation with our department in this investigation. We know our presence is never convenient, especially for someone of your social status, so it means all the more that you're not only tolerant but also willing to aid our efforts in getting this business done as quickly as possible. We are returning with this letter the book you lent us, though I must confess it was not as much help as I had hoped. I'd heard that your library of rare and restricted books was quite extensive, and I was told by a reliable source that if a first edition and uncensored copy of the History of Arindia could be found, it would likely be found within the Baron's own collection, but perhaps I was misinformed. Still, part of me thinks that you may have given me the censored copy as a jest, a taste, if you will, for the bureaucrat of their own medicine. If that is the case, then I say, well done, fair play, and perhaps on my next visit, we'll have a laugh about this after you give me the actual manuscript. Until then, Detective Bon Margol, Red Guard. Looks like I'm not going to be able to move this. So the 4th era, As the kingdom something entered the fourth era, a different... I think we're being blocked from knowing the name of the kingdom for some reason. Very strange. Entered the fourth era, a different kind of ruler took the reins of power. King Desilets III was a something. King who often was seen drinking, a sight that shocked not only the gentry in the court but the masses as well. As the king of something, no one in castle and court overjoyed. Those that viewed becoming of his... These seditious voices planted the seed, something which took root. And then the grand city of Fen. Boy, this redaction, I'd love to read the actual book here. Chapter 5, The Era of Ruin. After the passing of King Desilets III, the fourth era came to an abrupt end. Thankfully, the king died. Bunch of redaction. On the very next day, the 6th of October, that might be an important date, 10-6, the something Prince Learson of Fynn declared himself the true monarch. This declaration was bolstered by a something number of supporters due to the fact that Desilets IV shared something little of his virtues. As the prospect of civil war seemed inevitable, the realm's regiments were hastily recalled from the frontiers to stamp out and put an end to the Fensurrection. However, instead of restoring order, what ensued was a savage and merciless campaign against their own people. The gardens of Fen, once a center of splendor, were transformed into a battlefield as the cries of the innocent echoed through the city's streets, stained in red. The pacification of Fen. The brutality of the pacification of Fen did not go unnoticed by neighbors. As sympathy for the city surged, allies came forward to lend support. Among them was the general of the Northern Regiment, who, sickened by the barbaric actions of the other battalions, joined forces with Prince Learson to form a formidable army. Together, they leveraged their political influence and favors to persuade the nearby realms of Arch Ares and Nuance to join their cause. However, even with the tide turning in their favor, the victory did not come easy. The War of the Fifth Era lasted 22 long years and saw buried 1 in every 3 men. Prince Learson himself added another number to the casualties. However, even in death, he had won. Horus had fallen, and with it the realm. The black flags that had flown for 5 eras were burned, and in their place, red banners were hoisted in honor of the fallen of Fen. The few remaining members of the former royal family fled in fear for their lives to the south, forever exiled. The current era. Okay. Today, the realms inherited by the 3, Fen Ares, Arch Ares, and Iraja, once again stand united as allies. Though the distance between our people has grown, our connection to this land remains as strong as ever. The spruce and birch that span our realm serve as a constant reminder that we all share a common past. A bunch of redactions. For this is, despite everything else, a land rich in history, a land of myth and wonder, a land that sprung forth the greatest empire the world has ever seen, the land of our fathers, of our mothers, and of our children. Okay, so yeah, we are in... I guess the realm is called Fen Ares. I thought that was the name of the city. But I guess we're in Fen Ares. Arch Ares is to the north and Iraja is to the south. I think we're in the middle area. And then the author, or the dedication, has been redacted as well. Boy, that's a lot of redaction. So presumably we want to find the real copy of that book somewhere in the Baron's collection. I'll check upstairs real quick in case there's something here. Some kind of item. Oh, no, this is interesting. The window's open. We can see the front door. Or the front area. Yeah, nothing up here. No items to pick up. All right. So, all right, let's go north from the library. Let's see. The weight room, we really don't want to do, because we don't have the shelter built today. What did I build outside? I can't even remember. Classroom lets us redraw. Hallway doors are always unlocked. Ooh, okay, let's get the foyer. That'll keep all the hallway doors unlocked for the whole playthrough. All right. Do we want to enter here? I don't think we do right now. I think we'll go back and build from the hallway here. All right, so bedroom's a dead end, pantry's a dead end, kitchen's a dead end as well. All right, that's not great. What do we want? Coins? Or whatever could be. Well, coins are a guarantee. Kitchen has food for sale. Costs us a gem. But lets us buy food. So we could get more steps. I think we'll go coins instead. Grab the banana and coins. Be on our way. All right. We've seen all this stuff. Lord William Epson. Baron Thomas Sinclair. Major Nicholas Key IV. Count Isaac Gates. Baron Edwin Sinclair. And then Janari? This is related to the book we just read, isn't it? Javariana? Hajara, that's not it. Iraja. So that's not what I thought it was either. It starts with a GE. Or JE. Okay, so there's nothing in the book. Did I not? Yeah, okay. Huh. All right, so what are we building here? Bedroom. I guess we could go chapel here for the 2 exits. We've got 14 coins. That kind of works. Let's start by seeing if we can get across to the foundation. That would give us 2 exits, and then we could, if we needed to. Rarely, there can be an item or some coins or whatever in here, but looks like not today. All right, so yeah, we'd like to get across to the foundation if possible. Parlor doesn't do it. Corridor does it. Yeah, let's use the corridor here. And then we can build a dead end on this door if we need to. Or we'd like to. We'd like to build a dead end if we can. All right, so Den gets us 2 exits. That's pretty solid, actually. I think the 2 exits here is okay. We might get the Den later, but this gets me an extra build here. And a gem. This gets me heading north, cuts these 2 off. I think I'd rather save the three exit room for another thing. I'd rather use one of these 2 and save this for later. So I think we'll go Nook here and push our way south and then double back to the foundation and see if we can get any of this and, you know, some other things. So I think we'll go Nook here to pick up the key and head south. All right, so now I would be fine with the dead end here. We want to burn as many dead ends as we can. Let's see. Her ladyship's chamber. The next time you enter boudoir, gain 10 steps. The next time you enter walk-in closet, gain 3 gems. Okay, yeah, let's build this. And then, is there a reason to go in here? Yeah, we're getting extra steps from the boudoir if we build it. I can't remember if we can get an item in here or not. There's a gem. All right, so that's kind of worth it. 2 steps for a gem. And then does she have a safe in here? What is this? Ooh, an upgrade disc. Very nice. Okay. And there's her ladyship's diary, but we have no idea how to get the key to this. I don't know if the lockpick kit would work on that or not. If we find the key to her ladyship's diary, I'm sure we could read some very interesting stuff here, but I don't know where we get... Maybe if I build the locksmith, I have a chance to get that key and come back and read that. There does not appear to be anything else in here, so we'll take our leave. All right, so we're going to the foundation now. All right. Okay, so either of these rooms can continue the run. Let's draft this room first. So here's probably a better choice for the den, or the hallway works here as well. Heading north is fine. Let me get rid of this room here, because this gives us plenty of space to play with. And then here, maybe we draw one of these two here and get to go both north and south, maybe? Yeah, let's draft things with fewer exits where it's feasible. Let's draft that and we'll come back to it. Now let's see what we get here. All right, parlor gets us north, commissary gets us north, music room gets us north. You know, major key might include the key to her ladyship's diary, potentially. Commissary's nice, parlor's nice, but picking up a really important key could be good here. Let's grab the music room. All right, that's the key to the secret garden. We found this before. I don't know what door this works on. And then an ordinary key. And then this thing. Interesting that this light is turned on and this one's turned off. There's no like power switch or anything. These would be windows if it was on the eastern side, I think. All right. What do we got? We got an exit here and an exit here. So I'm fine putting down another dead end here if we get the chance. Like the utility closet, right? That's a dead end, but it's useful, and we might not get it later and might want it later. The veranda is also interesting. Bedroom's just a dead end that does nothing for us. So I'm torn between these two. This uses up my last 2 gems, but then if we get some green rooms, we have a chance of finding more gems. Heads north, which we don't have yet from the classroom. But breaker box is a dead end. That takes it out of the rotation, and it's something we might need anyway. So I think, yeah, we'll build the utility closet here. Now, I still don't know... Okay, let's turn the key cards off, turn the gym off, turn the garage on. That's our standard. I still don't know what VAC indicators are. I don't know what that stands for. Vault access control, maybe? And then we can turn one of them white and that's it. And I don't know what this is, but I'm going to do that kind of every time until we learn what the VAC indicators are and how to use them. We've never built the vault, so maybe it's vault access control. I guess it could be. That's just a guess, though. There's not... I'm just, like, taking the acronym at face value and trying to figure it out. All right, so we're back in the classroom. We've got the same things we've seen before. This is, yeah, this is grade 1. So I already have screenshots of all the colors. We can pick up the apple. Key to the secret garden is pretty interesting. I don't know how to use it or what door to use it on. I would like to learn that, but I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. I don't know what all the color clues are for either. Although actually, now that I think about it, these are the symbols, right? This was north, this was south, and then this, I think, was blocked out. Hold on. Screenshots. Yeah, here. So these symbols that they're showing us, this must be a check mark, I guess. Doesn't quite look right to be a check mark, but if they're redacting it, Like we have the mountain to the north, we have the hourglass to the south, and then we have the check mark. Yeah. So this is supposed to be green, as I recall. And then this is supposed to be orange, I think. No, pumpkin. This is supposed to be green, which is incorrect. And then this is supposed to be some other color, yellow, right? Yellow? So is the check mark meant to be orange all the time? Check mark is orange. What's wrong here? The broccoli and the lizard are right. I think the flags are swapped here. I think it's supposed to be... Two of 12. Two of these are right. Yeah, so the hydrant and the cart are red. None of these should be red. You know what? So this should be green, which means something else should be purple. Probably, yeah. Hold on. I think we figured it out from here last time. The blueprints and the lake should definitely be blue, which means this should not be blue, right? Should be another color. These two should be green, and we've used red correctly. So the color that this isn't, it's not blue, it's not red, it's not green. Not red, not blue, not green. It can only be purple, orange, or yellow. And this kid got two things wrong, which is the lizard and one of the flags. So two of these flags are correct and one is wrong, which is this one. Right? Yeah. So this has to be yellow. Because if that's green, then green is out. That's red, so red is out. One of the flags is wrong and the lizard is wrong. So two of the flags are correct. This can't be blue. That has to be wrong. That means purple and yellow and orange are correct. And the only color left is yellow. So I think I need to make notes here. Let's see. I don't need you open right now. Thank you very much. So the mountain is Arch Aries, right? Arch Aries is the north. So Arch Aries is the mountain. Arch Aries, mountain, yellow. Right? Fen Aries. Is it Aries or Ayers? Yeah, it's Aries. Fen Aries is the one we're in. And that's the check mark and it's orange. And then Iraja is the last one, right? And it's like hourglass purple. I think that's right. So, one other thing to think about is that only 3 of these colors, yellow, orange, and purple, are like relevant. But I don't think that matters here because we've got blue. There's no green or red. I'm still not sure what to make of those. I guess violet, not purple. Violet. Yellow, orange, violet. Maybe we get the chance to draft a second classroom. If we can see grade 2, maybe we can learn more. All right, so what are we doing? The classroom exit here is our only exit, so we got to make this work or the run's over, which I'm going to be fine with if that's what happens. Yeah, we've lost a couple of grid squares, but that's okay. So let's see. Dining room gets us one exit north. I think I'd rather save that for a better render. I've got some redraws here, so there's that. This gets us north and 2 keys. This gets us no, that's a dead end. And gems. While in the classroom, we can redraw, right? I'd rather get 2 exits here, so let's redraw and see. Only gets us 1, Den gets us 1, security gets us 1. Security would be good to build here, although it's going to cost us a gem because we have the utility closet. So we can jack up the number of security doors. So this isn't terrible to build. We do have 2 more redraws. All right, I think we do want to do this. We need more gems now, but I think that's worth doing. And there's something else I want to check since we're in here. I want to know, all right, so there's the music room. We built that on the east wing, but it's on the left side of the monitors. There's the library. We built that. Okay, they're nowhere near each other. We got the vault, the wine cellar, the security room, the hallway, the jewel room, the spare bedroom. Like, I want to know if I haven't necessarily been paying enough attention. Oh, that's right. We have an upgrade disc. I haven't necessarily been paying enough attention to, there's the ballroom. There's two copies of the vault. And there's the pool. Like, I don't know if this changes every time we come in here or not. So I want to get a sense for whether what's shown is relevant to what we draw. Like, are these in my draw pool? Am I likely to see the pool today? Am I likely to see the jewelry vault and the ballroom and the vault? Or does it just always show the same? Like, is this cosmetic or not? I guess is what I want to know. Okay. Well, let's use do we want to use our upgrade disc? I guess we do. I don't know how this works well enough yet to... Let me back away and come back. There we go. All right, let's do an upgrade. Aquarium is every color of room. Okay, permanently upgrade the aquarium. Plus 10 coins. Plus 1 star. Power source. Electric eel aquarium. Ooh. You know what? That might help with my RNG complaints. We've been bitching and moaning about how impossible it seems to get power. If we add another card to the deck that can provide power, because it says power source, not power conduit, power source. I think maybe, like, as much as I would like these other upgrades, I think this is like the clear choice here. Power source. Yeah, I think so. Floor plan's been upgraded. Okay. Now, we already turned off power. Let's see the estate inventory. Good, I haven't missed anything. Yeah, let's jack up the number of security doors. And then turn offline mode to unlocked. Perfect. Okay. And then I don't think we need anything else. Like we haven't acquired the thing we ordered from the. We haven't built and bought from the shop the thing that we ordered anyway. All right. So now comes the question. This is our last exit right now. Can we get one of those really nice? Oh. I don't think this is the time to use the special key. I don't know if it would work here or not. So we'll use a regular key. Boy. You know, I did my best to get rid of the trash, and here it is. As soon as I'm down to my last exit, it's throwing all this trash at me. Yikes, man. I don't know. Which is better here? We want to stay as low as possible, I guess. Or do we? Hold on, let's think about that. If I don't care that... If I'm trying to be more accepting of what the game wants to give me, do I want to focus on trying to build as many things as possible? I guess. I mean, I guess we'll build the bedroom. And head east. I guess it's fine. It feels like this is not a good run anyway. So we're probably gonna just crap out here. I don't think my idea of getting rid of the dead ends worked, because as we just saw, they just keep coming. I don't think there's a way to get rid of enough of them to affect it, because there's like 20. What do we have here? All right, well this is kind of good. Although the orientation is killing me. This gets me a gem and heads north. I mean, I'm only getting one exit anyway. I might as well go through the spare bedroom and see if I can get a useful... Well, do I want to do... If I build the den, I can get a gem. And we might be able to come back south. I don't know. Feels like I'm less likely to get a curve heading the way I want to go here. And then if we go north from here, we have 3 potential exits, whereas here we only have 1. So maybe the den's the better choice. We built the foyer, so hallways are always unlocked. I might save this for further up. I do have a key. And we just set the security doors to high. Yeah, let's go through the den here. And grab the gem. All right. All right, so we have another classroom we could build. I like that. Yeah, I want to see if we get the second classroom here. And we have a bunch of drafting in here, so we can really play our... We can really try to get something that goes to both exits from the classroom. This burns another gem, but... Let's see what happens. All right, grade 2. Okay. There's the magnifying glass. Wonder if I should take that back to... I wonder if I should take that back to the book. Mathematics. Yeah. I already figured this out. Teal is addition, yellow is subtraction, pink is multiplication, and purple is division. I knew that. So we should have like 4 redraws here, I think. Because, what does it say? While drafting a classroom, you may draw new floor plans 1 time for each drafting room in your house. I'm not sure if the total resets or not. Let's grab that. Okay, looks like we have some tests that they took here in grade 2. Let's look at the starter. Mathematics worksheet. Okay. So, like, this should be 7. This should be 13. This should be 4. This should be 1. Pink's multiplication, so this should be 4, 12, 10, 4, 2, 21, 18, 15, right? Find each sum without using signs. Huh. So what would the value be of seeing the kids work? Like, what? Two plus 5 is 7. 4 plus 9 is 13. 7 minus 3 is 4. 9 minus 8 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 6 plus 1 plus 3 is 10. So that one's wrong. 6 plus 1, 7. Minus 3 is 4. That's correct. 6 minus 4 is 2. 7 times 3 should be 21. That's wrong. 6 times 1 times 3 is 18. That's correct. And then 6 minus 1, 5 times 3 should be 15. Okay. So like... Oh, wait a minute. I just realized something. Hold it on up. Hold it on up. Where is it? Where's the note from the hovel? Now I understand what to do with those colors. Where's the note from the hovel? I think these are in the wrong order. Yeah, we went through that. Read all of that. When did we first build the hovel? And where's that guy's note? God, I've got so many screenshots, it's insane. Now, it was earlier than this. Wasn't it? It was before the first... Yeah, it's back a ways. Where is it? Did I lose some screenshots somehow? What the heck? I think I lost some screenshots somehow. I don't need to read the red prints again. Get the basement key. Here it is. Okay, so 4, 5. That's 9. Times 2 is 18. Divided by 9 is 2. Minus 2 is 0. Huh. 45 times 2 divided by 9 minus 2 gets you 0. So, what are these numbers? 45 rooms, 9 ranks, 2 wings, 2 starting rooms. So he's put it together to form 0 here. Okay, maybe that's not as meaningful as I thought. Or maybe it is and I just don't understand what the meaning is yet. I'm not sure. I guess the names matter here, the names of the kids. Like Fomric was a kid here. And then Penelope was a kid. Who else have we got? Jenny W was a kid. None of them seem all that good at math. Rob got an F. Look at the colors. Yeah. Not sure what else we can do here. All right. So we're once again, we're at our last exit. We should have lots of redraws here. I'm going to have to use a key, unfortunately. Yes, I have 4 total redraws. All right. So here's the East Wing Hall. This should get me, yeah, 2 exits. Okay. All right. Now, I have 0 keys, which is a problem for obvious reasons. Let's see if we can even open this. Okay, we can. All right. Boudoir, we get, I think, gems and steps. Or we get... No, I think we get steps for entering the boudoir here. And it's a bedroom, so technically there could be a key. I don't care about the dark room right now. Or the veranda. I can't build a veranda anyway. All right, let's go into the boudoir. We should get some steps for this. Yeah, plus 10 steps. Okay, we can grab a gem from the safe. That is one thing. Like, having solved the safe, we can now get into it every time we come in here and get a gem. So it kind of is like a meta upgrade on the room. 1, 2, 2, 5. And we still have a key problem, sadly. And the run might be over here. If that door is locked, I think the run is over because we have no other way to get a key, right? And there's no other exit. Yeah. Oh no, it'll be unlocked because we built the foyer. It should be unlocked. Let's see. Nice. Okay. Only one exit coming out here. We don't have any... well, I have the secret garden key that I don't know how to use and the magnifying glass, so I don't think we're going to combine those in the workshop. We did find a broken lever here once, but I think we're better off going to the commissary. Maybe we can buy a key or a lockpick kit here. We do have 12. Like, neither of these is great for any hope of extending the run, so I think we go commissary and head west. What day is it, by the way? It's day 19, so tomorrow's the sale. Yeah, sales are tomorrow and the day after. All right. I don't need a metal detector. I don't need a salt shaker. I mean, a gem I could take. I could take the gem and the sledgehammer, I guess. Or I could buy all of these gems. I don't think the sledgehammer is that helpful. Yeah, let me buy as many gems as I can get. That could help me. All right, so hopefully this isn't locked. It is. Let's try the secret garden key. The key does not fit. All right, so then the run's over. Yeah, the run's over, sadly. Okay. We learned a little bit. We learned a little bit more. We got the hint about the colors and how they can be used along with what we learned from the billiards puzzle. I should go to security and double check, I guess, that I'm not missing a key somewhere. On our way back, we can look around, but I don't think so. How am I doing for... Yeah, it's rank 9 and... or rank 8 and rank 9 that I need. Theoretically, I might have missed a key here. I don't think so. We'll go look at security. I mean, if it says that we did, I don't know how we find it, but... we can pass through the bedroom to save a couple steps and check. Estate inventory. Did we miss anything? No. No, we've got everything we need. Or everything there is to be had. So, another run that kind of ends in disappointment. But, you know, I mean, we got classroom rank 2. We found the secret garden key again. You know, maybe that's something outside. Since I have it, I should go outside and check, I think. We got to pass through the chapel? Yeah, okay. Let's see if there's... I don't think there is anything outside that requires a key. I think there were, like, doors that we found, but they didn't need keys. But I could be misremembering that. Let's at least take a look. Because the garden would be outside, right? So it's not going to be over at the outdoor room, where we built the schoolhouse. It's not going to be out there. What am I getting stuck on? We were also told to look for white trees. I don't know that we've been over to the east side of the mansion recently. recently enough, given all the things we've learned. I don't know if there are any white trees, but we can take a look, peek around. Yeah, there's those stairs that go down there to that dark area, but I don't think there's anything there. What about you? Yeah, see, you're not... There's no way to use the key here. The estate gate is not looking for a key. Right, then there's this door, which is also just locked. I guess there could be like a key slot somewhere else. Do we have white trees out here anywhere? That was a clue. What happens if I call it a day at the tent? No. Wait, white trees. 2 stones. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Maybe there is something here. What was the message? Find among the white trees under 2 stones. Okay. Let me look at all the stones among the white trees. Here's 2 stones. The white trees under 2 stones. So, like, these are pretty suspicious. What do I... Maybe if I come here with the shovel? Under 2 stones. Huh. Among the white trees, under 2 stones. What does that mean? I mean, these feel like the ones that he would be talking about, or the message might be talking about. Among the white trees, under 2 stones. So, like, do I need to come here with the shovel or the sledgehammer? What do I have right now? I don't have either. Among the white trees, under 2 stones. Like, it's got to be these 2, right? I might need an item here, I guess. Under 2 stones, so like I need some kind of tool to pry them up and lift them. All right, so if we get either the sledgehammer or the shovel, we should come back here and check that out, I guess. I don't see anything else that might fit the clue or any other white trees. What about this? The orchard. Yeah, we're not sure which date might be relevant here. I have some pictures. Oh, there's like a little pipe with smoke coming out of it up there. Is there anything nearby that might give me a clue or a hint? Maybe from a given perspective I can see something? There's a shed over there. Like, this whole thing is like fenced off. So even if we get inside, we're not going much further. What month could this be related to? Let me just look real quick at... I have a picture of the... I should have a picture... Yeah, this, right? Oh, what is that? Oh no. I need to see that with the magnifying glass. There's like a little carving on this tree that I just noticed. Oh, that's why there's a stump here. That tree, maybe the stump is lying around somewhere? But there was a carving here. And I bet it contains information that gets us inside. So I either need to see that darkroom photo with the magnifying glass, or I need to find that tree stump somewhere. Here it is. Wait, could this be it? I don't see a carving on here. That's probably not it. It's not, it doesn't seem big enough. So there was a carving. Remember, I don't know, earlier in the playthrough I suggested there might be a carving here. Or on, not here, on one of the trees that would give us a clue. But then I said it's unlikely because all the trees are the same, right? But then that tree got cut down. It's a very prominent, it never made sense to me why this stump was here. I don't think I articulated the idea that that stump bothered me. I don't know if I knew that it did consciously, but subconsciously I was like, that's weird. Okay, so we got stuff to do over here. There's another stump here. I don't know if that's relevant. We see any more logs anywhere? Okay, I think if we can get back into the lit up dark room with a magnifying glass and look at that picture again, I think we find the key to the orchard. The combination for the orchard. I think that's what's in there. I guess there's a log here, but it's not that big. And then key to the secret garden might have something to do with that. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not seeing any stumps. We could do... we could do another run and just try and get the sledgehammer or the shovel real quick. To check that out. Or we could... You know what? No, I have to remember that we can't really try to do anything. We just have to remember stuff. We just have to remember what we want to do. And then when the game gives it to us, we then can go do it. Until then, there's no point in trying to do anything. I wonder if that stump got moved somewhere. This is boarded over. This is another thing we might want to bring the sledgehammer to, maybe. I don't know. We got these two turned on. I don't know. I don't understand what this is going to do when everything lights up. I really don't. Some sort of magic bridge or moving platform that appears or something. Can't dive to our deaths, unfortunately. And then this remains this bizarre, dark area that we can't really seem to figure out how to get past. There's an opening here, but I can't. I can't see what I'm doing, and I can't, what is this? There might be like an invisible path. But yeah, there might be a path through these boxes, but I can't really figure it out. Like we got a little nook there. I don't know what this is. Looks like maybe a torch. Yeah, this looks like a torch. So maybe there's another torch in here? Maybe there's a way to light this place up that I just haven't figured out yet. This is another torch right here, I think. But there's no buttons. I don't have any matches. I don't know how I would light it up. Yeah, you can kind of see it from this direction. How would you... Yeah, there's a pair of torches here, but I don't know how to power them on. Yeah, that's a little rough. Even if they were powered on, it doesn't feel like there's a path forward here. Like I get blocked here, and then no matter what I do, I'm blocked. Maybe there's some way to navigate that I can't figure out without being able to see, but I don't know. Maybe lighting all of those turns on the torches in there? I guess that's a possibility. What else can we do? What else can we do? Going back in the mansion's pointless. Everything there, we already found everything, and there's no path forward. Everything's blocked. We have no key to pick the lock at the commissary. There's no keys. Yeah, so it's really just taking a look around outside before, and I think there's nothing else here besides the outer room. Unless that giant log is out here somewhere and I just didn't notice it before. I mean, that's a log. It's funny, I have the magnifying glass, I don't have the dark room. And there was an opportunity to build it before. Yeah, this is all... Oh, this is kind of interesting. There's like a pipe here that I never noticed, but... Alright. And then crossing over here doesn't do much for us, because it's just the outer room. Big log? No carvings. No other white trees either, so... Alright, I guess that's the run. Yeah, I guess that's the run. So, again, we learned a few things, but we're stymied by... My plan to try and get rid of as many dead ends as possible doesn't seem to be effective either. I guess I should keep trying it. But we have something else to look for next time we see the dark room. Next time we get the shovel or the sledgehammer, we can check out those things over there. So, you know, we're picking up little bits and pieces. It's frustratingly slow. But I guess that's going to be it for this stream. Nobody really stopped by, but if you're watching this in the future, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Managed to maintain my, like, level of calm and self-possession this stream. Not get too frustrated by the obnoxious nature of the RNG, so I count that as a win. And I hope to see you guys live sometime. Whatever you're up to, wherever you are, whoever you are, have a great rest of your day, and take care. Bye.